Hey piano fans, welcome to Bruce Piano. Today we're very excited to talk about the new piano line Brodmann pianos. It's a manufacturer that hasn't been around for very long. They started making pianos in 2006 and the idea came from actually the Bösendorfer company. There are a couple of executives with Bösendorfer that thought if we use German parts with the German quality manufacturing and then assembled it where it was more affordable in China, that we could come up with something that really people would be excited about. And it's happened. It's here. And we're very excited to go over one of those models with you here today. Today we're going to be going over one of the 48-inch carbon fiber models. It is the middle of the three available in the Vienna series. They start at a 46-inch and they go to a 48-inch and then a 52-inch. This model, like I said, is the middle model. One of the most exciting things about this series is that in all the Vienna series, they do have the carbon fiber parts in the upright. And to find that in an upright is very rare. There are a few manufacturers out there use it in grand, but uprights is less and less common, especially to find something at a price point like this. This particular model also has the beautiful bubinga inlay in two different parts here. These are what are called our cheek blocks. And they have that in both those spots and also down here at what we call a knee board. So there's three different spots with the bubinga inlay. We've got some really good beauty shots of that on the website and also on the video we made before, but really to tell exactly what you're dealing with, you have to see it in person. It's just so beautiful. You're going to come standard with an adjustable artist bench, and not all artist benches are made the same. You know, if just putting your hand down inside there, you can see how it's actually squishing and moving around. This is a high quality, well-built bench to where you could sit on this for hours and practice and you're going to be completely comfortable. One of the things that I love, just showing attention to detail that Brodmann did, is they even put their little logo on the bench. You know, just little stuff like that, you know, just really shows the quality of the type of piano that you're getting here. To help with the little ones and the smushed fingers, or someone that accidentally bumps it, the smushed fingers, we do have our slow close system right here, which is something that people, especially with younger kiddos, really like to help keep with the smushed fingers. It's got a little inlay rail right there to help protect this piece to keep it from ever getting damaged, so you can open and close that as many times as you want to and it's never going to be an issue, which is nice. You do have a small piece right here that if you want to use it, it will raise up your lid just a little bit. And the point for that is kind of like the same concept as if you're dealing with a grand piano. If you lift up a grand piano lid, it's going to let more of the sound out. And it's the same idea here. So it's just a real small piece. It's a real elegant, kind of contemporary little rubber piece. It just sits like that. And so if you want it to be a little bit louder, or even just for the looks of it, you got that piece that you can bring up, which is kind of neat. All right, now coming on the inside, I'm going to show you kind of what we're dealing with on the inside real quick. And first of all, you can hear that clicking. That is, first of all, showing you once again, just on the little details. You know, normally they're not going to have a piece that actually clicks in like that, and that's, you know, just showing more attention to detail. You can't tell by looking at this, but this is a heavy piece of wood. And before the technician, they have screwed in a piece of metal all the way through so we can remove this. Well, why do I care as a piano buyer or a piano player if this is a heavy piece of wood or a light piece of wood? Well, the heavier and the denser a case and all throughout parts of the piano are, you're going to have better tonal capabilities and better tuning stability. So if the thinner the piano is all throughout, and the case and the pin block and all that stuff, it's just going to be a not as well built and as durable piano. But I'm telling you right now, that's a heavy piece of wood right there. Just giving you an idea of what we're really dealing with. Now looking down on the inside, like you're going to see in a lot of your studio models, is we do have our practice rail, which runs through here, and that's our center pedal. So we're going to listen real quick to what the volume is with a normal, just at normal level. And then here it is with the practice rail engaged. And it does have a locking mechanism down on the side there to where if you want to put it in, you can move it over to the side and just leave it. So if your kiddos are wanting to play, you know, or you want to play late at night, you can do so, and it's not that big a deal. Another thing that you're usually, and I'm just going to remove this practice rail just real fast here, just so we can get a better look at what we've got going on inside. Down through here, this is what's something called an A-graph. A-graph's job is to hold the string in place. When pianos over many, many years, sometimes the strings will try and walk themselves one way or another, and then you have some issues with the strings mating up with the hammers, tonal problems. They're going to have issues with the way it mates up on the bar to where you're just not getting the correct tone and all that stuff. But having the A-graphs all the way up through 88 means those strings aren't moving around on you. And to find a manufacturer that's going to do something to that level and include those in a price point like this is usually something that's going to be a $30,000 up more piano, where this piano is going to be significantly less than that. Just showing you another way that they're really bringing a German, what we would consider a German level of detail to this piano. You know, looking down up through the top here, you can see that we've got our carbon fiber dampers here, which you can tell they're the carbon fiber just from them being black. And also carbon fiber parts all the way down through this. The only parts that are still wooden are your Renner hammers, which is another, you know, high-end component that you're going to find like in Hamburg, Steinways and Bosendorfers, Becksteins and Bluthners, like all the very high-end German pianos use Renner products. We've got those and a wooden shank, but the rest of the part of it is composite. All right, now dealing on the part below the piano, this entire piece right here is what we call the knee board. And one of the things, again, that's real unique about it is it's actually in 3 pieces. Your first piece is your pretty piece. That's that bubinga piece right there. And then we have 2 equal pieces here that separate, like so. Well, whenever you're dealing, we talked about earlier how heavy and how well-built material that we're dealing with. The reason that they did that is so the technician, instead of having to deal with one big piece to come up and come out and try and clink out without hitting your sides, now these are very easy, small, manageable pieces. So, you know, that's just the manufacturer's thinking about the technician, which is fantastic. And another thing that they did that, you know, you're never going to see, but we'll see as technicians, is the bottom side of the board here has actually been finished. They painted that. It's normally left unfinished, and that's just something you just never see, but one more area where they're just really doing great with detail. Another German component we're going to find on this piano is on the back of the piano, the ever important part of the piano, the soundboard. It's a Strunz product, and you're going to see that it's got the marking as Strunz made in Germany on the back, which is something, again, that you usually don't see unless it's on a much higher end piano. One of the fantastic ways, things that this has been built is you'll see with our ribs, which are running diagonally against the grain of our soundboard to help with promote the premier tone and also soundboard longevity, is that these ribs don't run all the way up to the corners, and they don't on this corner or that corner. And the reason being is that they don't feel like what's being brought up in that part of the soundboard is really creating a clear or good tone. So there's no reason to help try and, I guess the word I want to say is enforce or really help manipulate what the ear is hearing by coming from a spot of the soundboard that's not melodically pleasing. And so it costs more and it's more difficult to manufacture it this way, but this is just yet another way that this piano has really got great attention to detail, and it's really a finely built instrument.